Howdy folks, really excited about this gun I just got. It is the 2008 NRA edition Ruger Mini-14. What sets this apart from other Mini-14s is the obviously shorter barrel, heavy barrel. It's 16 inches. Also, you notice the stock is all Hogue over mold. Feels great at the range. I know some people worry about this catching on their clothes, but it's pretty sturdy in your hands at the range, and I think that's worth its weight in gold. Speaking of gold, we have this NRA medallion in the buttstock as well. And my personal opinion of this gun, having just fired it last night for the first time, love it. Right on target, right out of the box. Feels great in your hands. I was worried, since I was I am a left-handed shooter, that the brass would cross my field of vision. No problem at all. What I don't like is the magazine system is not as friendly as an AR-15 system, but it's something you get used to. Alright, let's disassemble this guy. First of all, we're going to pop out that magazine. There we go. We're going to check to make sure that the gun's unloaded. So pull back the charging handle, inspect. Yeah, we're good. Alright, to disassemble, we have to have the trigger charged, and we also have to have the safety on. There we go. Flip it upside down, and now we're going to get our 1/4-inch punch. Alright, there's a hole in the trigger guard that accepts this 1/4-inch punch, allowing you to pop out the trigger guard and lift out the entire trigger assembly. There it is. Set that aside. Alright, now that that's been released, as you'll notice there's these hooking mechanisms. This releases the top half, the upper assembly. A little bit of wriggling. Let's separate the stock. There we go. Right. And I'll put that aside. Alright, here's the upper assembly. Let's get a little more light on the subject. There we go. First thing you're going to want to do is remove the recoil spring and guide rod. Under a lot of tension, obviously, like all guns, so make sure to hold on to it really firmly. There we go. Free it up. Next, we can use our 1/4-inch punch again if necessary to drift out the pin that was holding the guide rod catch. So there we go. Here's the pin. And here's the little catch. There we go. Put that on there with the pin. Great. Now we need to remove the charging handle, which is also part of the gas blow black system here. So we'll pull that out. And it just slides off. There we go. Now with this model of the Mini-14, the manual says you should be able to wiggle the bolt out. It's not the case. You actually have to remove the slide lock feature first. To do that, there's this little door on the other side of the rifle, and sometimes the door comes out on its own accord. If not, there's a lip, and you can use your 1/4-inch punch again to drift off the door. There you go. And inside you'll notice the slide lock and the slide lock button. Button's under a spring pressure, so make sure to be careful with that. I like to keep my thumb over it and depress it. And when I depress it, I can remove the slide catch. And now I can remove that button with the spring. There we go. At this point, we should be able to remove our bolt. A little bit of finagling. There we go. Alright. The gun is ready now to be thoroughly cleaned and oiled and prepped for the next round at the range or wherever you might need it. Alright, let's go ahead and reassemble this guy. This is the most difficult part, getting the bolt back in to the receiver. Alright. Having said that, I actually got it in first try. Wow! Good day. Okay, the slide catch button has a notch in it. Hopefully you can see that. We want that notch facing the rear of the rifle. And slide it back in there. Depress it. And our slide catch has this tab, and we're going to want that tab to fit into the notch. Okay, so we drop this in, put the tab in there, and you can actually kind of see how the button's working with that tab now to move this this feature here. Alright, let's just put on the protective plate. Pops right in. Boom. There we go. Alright. Now we're going to put back our charging handle. The charging handle has some grooves on the inside, on the reverse, that have to catch the bolt. So let's move the bolt out a bit. Alright, and then also the charging handle has to fit into the gas blowback. There we go, piece of cake. The guide rod catch has one flat side, so it's pretty intuitive where it fits. And we can put the pin back in to hold it in place. Alright, the recoil spring and the guide rod. You'll notice the guide rod has a grooved half. That grooved half needs to be towards the top of the receiver. And we want this oriented that way to make sure that the guide rod is parallel to the movement of the charging handle. If not, it's going to be at an angle and you won't be able to charge your rifle properly. There we go. Great. Let's pop it back into the stock. Looks good. Nice and flush. You'll see now there are these two grooves on the bottom of the stock that'll match up with the forks that go around the magazine well. So drop this thing in straight over those grooves. It'll fit. Great. Once it's flush, you can move the catch on the trigger guard back into place to lock it in. You hear that satisfying click. Let's make sure we did everything correctly. Let's try charging the handle. Excellent. Let's turn off the safety and try this shot. Great. Holding down the trigger, let's charge it again. Release for the reset. Good. Pull the trigger. Excellent. Let's charge again. Turn on the safety. Pull the trigger. No movement. Excellent. Safety off. Going to throw a magazine in. Empty. Charge it. Magazine lock works. And there you have it. The NRA Ruger Mini-14. Love this gun.